fans, do you want to win your share of $100,000? Simply enter the houseofboxing.com Fight Night Prediction Challenge. Compete with boxing fans around the world. Simply head over to houseofboxing.com and sign up now.
This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with houseofboxing.com and Empire Fight Store. I'm delighted to be joined by one half of the main event, the world champion, the man who's got the WBC belt at 126 pounds, Mr. O'Shaquie Foster. How are you, sir?
Man, I'm doing good, man. And it's at 1:30, man. On the
of course it is. Oh my God, yeah, I know. Caught me slacking straight away.
Nah, man. I feel good. It's been a great event so far. You know, the fans, everybody been showing love, man. I'm happy. I'm ready to rock out Saturday.
Well, let's talk. First things first, it's in Cancun, his backyard. Obviously, we know that the tourism board put up for it. They wanted to put this sort of event on. When it first was proposed to you to go in Mexico, what were your thoughts?
I ain't gonna lie to you. When they told me Cancun, I kind of got excited.
Okay.
Because from a kid, you hear about that spot. It's beautiful out here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm fighting Cancun. But then I thought about it, like, oh, that's Mexico. All right, let's do it. It's cool. I ain't never think like, oh, it's in Mexico, so nah, I don't want to do that. Like, as soon as they said Mexico, Cancun, let's do it. I was happy for it. I expected, them to give him the best chance that they can, so it's all cool.
I spoke to Rocky yesterday after you had that face-off on the beach, and he said after the words that were exchanged with each other, he wants to stop you now. Before he said any means necessary. Now, after what you've said to each other, he wants to stop you. Are you surprised by that?
I mean, I expected him to come in. He can't outbox me. You know what I'm saying? So he got to come in and try to knock me out, try to hit me with his best shot, but because he ain't gonna be able to outbox me. So, but that's cool. I love it. He only won one fight, 2 fights went the distance with him. So, I expect him to come in and do that. It wasn't like.
I was going to say, let's talk a little bit about that. He is a man who is 31 knockouts, 34 victories. Obviously, we know that on the Mexican circuit, it's hard to establish sort of all the opponents he's been in against, but I'm sure there'll be some credible KO wins in there. What have you seen of him, and what do you make of him going into this fight? Is he as dangerous as the knockout power suggests?
I'll know once I get in there, but that's why I was talking to my people. It's kind of hard to gauge the power and the skills because of the opponents. There's nobody on this list that's top 5 other than the Roger Gutierrez guy, and he was the favorite fighting Roger Gutierrez. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to gauge, but I'm not taking him lightly. I'm coming in like he's Chavez, like he's Cesar Chavez. That's how I took this fight, and that's how the training been going. So, we're looking forward to seeing what he brings to the table.
I spoke to some of your team yesterday. They said if and when you get through Saturday night, there's some big fights to be made with Matchroom as a promotional company. Joe Cordina is one of the names. Now, you've had a lot of back and forth on social media. Obviously, like you said, you cannot look past Saturday. You may have to go to the UK. How much would a fight like that excite you?
Oh, man, like I told him, I go to the UK next. God willing, come through Saturday with the W. I will go to the UK next to fight Cordina. Like, we ain't got to bring no fight back to the States. I'll go from Mexico to UK. And I think that'll just show the testament who I am and show, who I am as a person for real.
What do you make of Joe? Obviously, you've had a bit of back and forth with him online before. Nothing as of late. When I interviewed him recently, he sort of said that you haven't got a big enough profile, but you do have the WBC belt. What do you make of those comments?
I'm not going to lie to you. It don't make sense. Nobody in the U.S. knows him. Nobody in the U.S. knows him. Other than when me and him was calling each other out and talking stuff, I had people coming to ask me, who is this guy? And I had to tell him he was a world champion that's, from the UK. So I don't know what he mean by, oh, I don't have a name or whatever. Bro, nobody knows you in the U.S. But if since everybody know him in the UK, invite me to come over there to fight. Since nobody know me in the U.S., I'll come to the UK and fight you.
have that prestigious green and gold belt around your shoulder, one that, you know, there's 4 very credible world titles out there, but people always would love to get that one, right? Talk about being unified. How special would that be to you as that kid who first started out boxing to be unified in the division, in what is a real special division at the minute as well, with some great talent? How much would that mean to you?
Man, it would mean, it'll mean the world. Become unified, become undisputed if I can. I know that's a far challenge because all the belts are scattered out through the promotions. But if I could become unified, or go up and win another title, stuff like that, man, this is what makes me. I want to be one of the greats. I want to go down as one of the best boxers to ever come through. So that's my goal. And these are the fights, coming in people's hometowns, going and destroying them. That's what's going to put me on that level. So just got to keep dominating.
Well, Shaki, a real pleasure to speak to you for the first time. Just a final message ahead of your fans and supporters come Saturday night. If you get through Saturday night, you may not even be back in the States next, so who knows when they'll see you on home turf. But a message to them eagerly watching in anticipation of your big title fight this Saturday.
Oh, man, we ready. I appreciate everybody that supported me, that's been supporting me, and that's now just now getting on support. I appreciate all y'all. We ready. Saturday night, I'm going to come in, I will dominate, and we bringing this belt back home.
Well, Shaki Foster, thank you for speaking to us at Boxing Social.